Welcome, and thanks for being with us today. Your commitment to enhancing your English abilities and bettering yourself is truly valued. It was a rainy Tuesday morning, and I woke up early because I needed to go to work and also planned to buy groceries after work for dinner. When I opened my eyes and heard the sound of rain hitting the window, I felt a little lazy because rainy weather always makes me want to stay in bed longer. After lying in bed for a few minutes, I finally got up and walked slowly to the bathroom where I brushed my teeth and washed my face while listening to the sound of rain outside. After finishing in the bathroom, I walked to the kitchen and made a cup of hot tea because I prefer drinking tea instead of coffee on rainy days. While drinking my tea and looking outside the window, I thought about cooking soup for dinner because soup feels warm and comfortable during rainy weather. After finishing my tea, I prepared a simple breakfast with bread and eggs and sat at the table while checking messages on my phone. After breakfast, I washed the dishes and checked the time, and when I saw that it was already 8 o'clock, I realized I needed to hurry because I did not want to be late for work. I quickly walked to my bedroom where I put on my work clothes and prepared my bag while thinking about the grocery list I needed to buy later. Before leaving the house, I took my umbrella, my phone, my wallet, and my work bag because I knew the rain might become heavier during the day. Because I was thinking about many things at the same time, including work and grocery shopping, I quickly opened the front door, stepped outside, and closed the door behind me without checking my house keys carefully. While walking toward the bus stop, I opened my umbrella and tried to walk carefully because the street was wet and slippery. When I arrived at the bus stop, I stood under a small roof with other people while watching the rain fall and listening to cars driving through water on the street. After waiting for about 10 minutes, the bus arrived and I got on while shaking water from my umbrella and looking for an empty seat. During the bus ride, I listened to music and watched raindrops slide down the bus window while thinking about finishing my work quickly so I could go shopping. After arriving at work, I walked into the office, greeted my coworkers, and sat at my desk while starting to answer emails and prepare reports. Because it was a busy day, I worked continuously from morning until lunchtime while focusing on important tasks and helping customers. At lunchtime, I ate food from the office cafeteria and talked with coworkers about weekend plans and rainy weather. After lunch, I continued working and finished all tasks at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which made me feel satisfied and relaxed. Because I planned to buy groceries, I walked to a supermarket near my office where I bought vegetables, chicken, noodles, and fruit while thinking about cooking dinner. After finishing shopping, I placed all groceries inside my shopping bags and walked to the bus stop while trying to protect the bags from rain. When I arrived home and stood in front of my door while holding groceries and my umbrella, I put my hand inside my pocket to find my house keys, but I suddenly realized my keys were not there. Because my hands were full of shopping bags, I carefully placed the bags on the ground and checked all my pockets and my work bag again, but I still could not find my keys. At that moment, I started to feel worried and frustrated because it was raining heavily and I was standing outside my house with groceries getting wet. While thinking about the morning, I remembered leaving the house quickly because I was thinking about work and grocery shopping, and I began to believe I left my keys inside my house. Because I could not enter my home, I stood under my umbrella and thought about possible solutions while feeling cold and tired. After thinking for a few minutes, I decided to call my older brother because he sometimes keeps a spare key for emergencies. When my brother answered the phone, I explained my situation and asked if he still had my spare key. My brother told me he had the spare key, but was working in another part of the city and needed about 1 hour to arrive at my house. Because I had no other choice, I decided to wait outside while holding my umbrella and trying to protect my groceries from rain. While waiting, I watched people walking quickly through the rain and cars driving past while water splashed on the road. After waiting for about 30 minutes, I started to feel very tired, so I sat on a small chair near my neighbor's house while still holding my umbrella. My neighbor saw me sitting outside and asked why I was waiting in the rain, so I explained my situation and she kindly invited me to sit inside her house while waiting for my brother. While sitting inside my neighbor's house, I felt warm and comfortable, and she gave me a hot cup of tea, which made me feel very thankful. We talked about daily life and rainy weather while waiting for my brother, and the conversation helped me forget about my frustration. After about an hour, my brother finally arrived and gave me the spare key while smiling and telling me to be more careful next time. When I finally opened my door and walked inside my house, I felt extremely relieved because I could escape the rain and rest after a long day. After thanking my brother and my neighbor, I walked into my kitchen and checked my groceries, and I noticed that some vegetables were wet but still usable. I cooked warm chicken soup and noodles while thinking about how forgetting house keys caused many problems during a simple day. While eating dinner, I decided to create a new habit and planned to always check my keys before leaving my house, especially on busy mornings. Before going to bed, I placed my keys inside a small box near the door and also set a reminder on my phone to check my keys every morning. While lying in bed and listening to the sound of rain outside, I understood that small mistakes can happen to everyone, but they can also teach important lessons about being careful and prepared. Since that rainy day, I always check my keys, phone, and wallet before leaving my house because I never want to stand outside in the rain again. If you find this video interesting and helpful, please give me a like and subscribe.